Welcome, Ambassador. I'd like to discuss a prime example of this administration's abdication of leadership on trade. There's been a bipartisan agreement on this committee on critical issues such as free cross-border data flow, data localization, open markets, and intellectual property protection. However, this has been undermined by actions of this administration, so other countries then end up setting the rules on digital trade. These bipartisan principles are the foundation of the digital economy, and U.S. companies enjoy a significant competitive advantage relative to foreign competitors. Our competitors repeatedly seek to discriminate against U.S. companies and impede access to their markets, yet the Biden administration has pulled back from negotiations on digital service trades and rejected long-term, long-held bipartisan principles against discriminatory practices of our partners. USTR has abdicated its leadership role in this important issue. So why is USTR allowing other countries to set the rules that will put American companies at a disadvantage? This can't be consistent with USTR's mission.
Senator Grassley, it's good to see you. Thank you for the question. And thank you for the opportunity to address this concern that you have. I've heard it quite a bit, and I welcome every opportunity to explain USTR's approach. You are right with respect to ongoing negotiations around data flows provisions, data localization provisions, and source code provisions. We have pulled back these long-standing proposals that we have made in those negotiations to make adjustments, in large part because we are connecting the dots. And I would like to encourage all of us to connect the dots, because in addition to being a Senate Finance Committee leader, you've also been a longtime leader on the Senate Judiciary Committee. And I know, for instance, that you are a co-sponsor of the American Innovation and Choice Online Act, ICOA, which the administration has expressed support for. I also know that you are a co-sponsor, along with many of your colleagues on both sides of the aisle here on Senate Finance, of the Kids Online Safety Act, which addresses data security for children's data in the digital economy and in the digital sphere. What I wanted to reflect to you is when you look at those long-term developed proposals in the digital trade negotiations on data, that those provisions are still largely based on an understanding that what we're dealing with is data as a facilitator of traditional trade transactions, goods transactions, data as a facilitator of e-commerce, data traveling along with, the information that has to be traded in order for goods to move across borders. And that was certainly the case 20 years ago. But today in 2024, what we have seen is that data has become the commodity itself, that data has become the powerful thing that has value, that enables more innovation, that it enables, when you accumulate enormous amounts of it, technological innovation like generative AI. The issue is who can have access to that data, and also where does the data come from? It comes from ordinary Americans. It comes from you, it comes from me, it comes from your constituents, it comes from our kids. So with respect to the security of that data, the attempts that we see up here on the Hill to assert the rights of ordinary Americans with respect to that data as a trade matter.
Can you fill in writing, because I've got to ask one more question.
All right, can I just finish? I'll just finish my sentence. We feel very strongly that our provisions in our trade negotiations should reflect the debates that are happening here and the legislative efforts that you all are making.
Yeah. The last time you appeared before this committee, I urged you to negotiate lower tariffs on ethanol with Brazil. While I understand that you are currently negotiating this matter, the results have been lackluster. Brazil increased its duty on ethanol this year from 16 to 18% and continue to enjoy importing its ethanol tariffs free. This ethanol competes with homegrown ethanol in California's low-carbon fuel standard, but also in sustainable aviation fuel. What is the administration doing to press Brazil's to lower its tariffs, and what concrete measures are the administration considering in the negotiations?
Senator Grassley, your position on ethanol has been crystal clear from day one. This is a high priority for the administration as well. I'm currently also extremely concerned about Brazilian market access restrictions. We are in coordination with USDA, including at political levels, actively engaging with our counterparts in Brazil on market access barriers to U.S. ethanol, including those tariffs and regulatory barriers that you're talking about. Our objective is to ensure that U.S. ethanol can once again compete on a level playing field with domestically produced ethanol in Brazil. My latest engagement with my Brazilian counterpart, which happened about a month and a half ago, the Brazilians indicated to us that they understood at all levels, including from the White House, the prioritization of this issue with them, how important it is to us and our economy, and their desire to find a way to accommodate this priority. So we are actively working on it, and the strength of your voice on this matter is an asset to us.
Time of my